Chapter 2 Reproduction in Plants. Plants play an important role in the existence of life on the earth. Man and animals depend on plants for food. Reproduction is an important feature of living things. The process of giving birth to offspring or babies is called reproduction. It is through reproduction that plants and animals continue to exist on the earth. Plants reproduce in different ways. Most plants reproduce by seeds. Some plants reproduce by their vegetative parts such as roots and stems. Reproduction by seeds is called sexual reproduction. Reproduction in plants by their vegetative parts is called vegetative reproduction. Flowers. When a plant attains maturity, it bears flowers. Flowers make the seeds that grow into new plants. Hence, flower plays an important role in the process of reproduction. Do you know? The Rafflesia is the world's largest flower. It measures about 90 centimeters across. Parts of a flower. A typical flower consists of the following parts: gynoecium or carpel, androecium stamen, corolla petals, calyx sepals. Outer parts of a flower. 1. Calyx or sepals. It is the outermost whorl of a flower made up of leaf-like structure called sepals. It protects the other whorls of the flower. 2. Corolla or petals. It is made up of brightly colored structure called petals. The colors of the petals attract insects which help in pollination. 3. Androecium or stamen. It is composed of a number of stamens. A stamen is the male reproductive organ of a plant. Each stamen consists of an anther on the top. 4. Gynoecium or carpel. It is the centrally placed whorl of a flower. It is composed of carpels. A carpel is the female reproductive organ of a plant. The carpels bear ovules which after fertilization develop into seeds. Each flower has male parts called stamens and female parts called carpels. The stamens produce grains called pollen. For a plant to make seeds, pollen must reach the carpels. Pollination. The process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma is called pollination. Pollination is of two types. 1. Self-pollination. 2. Cross-pollination. If the pollen is transferred to the stigma of the same flower, it is termed as self-pollination. Cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen from the anther of the flower to the stigma of another flower. Self-pollination. Cross-pollination. Inside the carpels, there are little eggs called ovules. When a pollen reaches an ovule, a seed starts to grow. Then a fruit grounds the seed. This is to protect the seed as it grows. Some kinds of fruits have only one seed. Other fruits have several seeds. Flower, fruit, seeds. Seed and germination. Parts of a seed. Take a soaked seed. The seed has an outer covering called a seed coat. Remove the seed coat and split the seed open. You will find two seed leaves called cotyledons. Between the seed leaves, you find a tiny baby plant called embryo. This baby plant has a tiny shoot and a tiny root. Dicotyledonous seed. Cotyledons. Baby plant. Germination. The development of a seed into a seeding or a young plant is called germination. Water is must for germination because it helps to soften the seed coat. Seeds need air for germination because they breathe. A seed can germinate under certain conditions. They are air, water, and warmth. To show that air, water, and warmth are necessary for germination. A, B, C. Activity. Take 3 matured bean seeds. Tie them to a cardboard at 3 different positions. Keep it in a beaker containing water in such a manner that the middle seed is just at the water level. Keep the apparatus aside for a few days. Observe the changes. What do you observe? Seed A does not germinate. Seed C begins to germinate, but germination is suppressed. Seed B germinates properly as it is exposed to proper air, water, and temperature or sunlight. Dispersal of seeds. Plants produce a large number of seeds. If all these seeds are sown near the plant, only a few will grow into baby plants. Since each seed does not get sufficient air, water, and warmth and space, they would not survive. So, seeds have to be scattered over a wider area to give them sufficient air, water, and warmth and minerals. The process of spreading of seeds to different directions is called dispersal of seeds. Dispersal of seeds takes place in different ways. Wind, cotton, madder, dandelion, hiptage, and sycamore seeds are some examples of dispersal by wind. Seeds of cotton, madder, and dandelion have tufts of hair. Hiptage and sycamore seeds have wings to get carried away by the wind. Dandelion, cotton seed, wings, hiptage seed. Water. The seeds and fruits of the plant which grow in and near water are carried away by water. Coconut, lotus, and water lily seeds are some examples of dispersal by water. Fibrous outcovering of coconut, spongy part of lotus fruit, and light weight of water lily features help them to float and get carried away by water. Dispersal by water. Animals. Animals also help in dispersal of seeds. Some animals eat the fruits. The seeds pass out undigested in the waste matter and germinate when they get suitable conditions. Some seeds have hooks, spines, or stiff hair. Dispersal by animals. Hooks, tiger nail. Stiff hair, goose grass. Dispersal by animals. Dispersal by birds. When cattle graze in the field, these hooks or spines stick to cattle and are carried away to long distances. Birds often swallow some seeds and then they come out with their droppings. Explosion. Balsam, peas, lady's finger. Dispersal by explosion of fruits. Some fruits like the pea, lady's finger, and balsam explode and burst open suddenly. The force of explosion helps the seeds to scatter over a wide area. Reproduction by vegetative parts. The reproduction of plants in which new plants grow from any part of the parent plant is called vegetative propagation. The vegetative parts of a plant body such as root, stem, leaf, etc. produce new members of the plant. By stems. Some baby plants can grow using the stem cuttings of the parent plant. Stem cuttings are pieces of a stem of a plant. A cutting from a hibiscus plant grows into a new plant. These stem cuttings have buds on them. Each bud grows into a new plant. Plants like rose, hibiscus, mint, sugarcane, etc. produce new plants from their stems. Potato and ginger are underground stems. When small bud of potato or ginger is planted in the soil, new shoots grow from their buds. By roots. A sweet potato is really the root of the plant. A new plant of sweet potato can be grown from the roots of the mother plant. Vegetative propagation by roots. Sweet potato. By leaf. Some new plants can grow from the leaves of plants like bryophyllum leaf. Do you know? The Amazon water lily has leaves up to 2 meters